Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Giusi, and I am an intuitive healer, um, hypnotherapist, and Reiki master. And I talk about all types of things that have to do with spirituality and healing, our subconscious programming, and as well as my journey with autism and autism-related topics. So thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe to the video right now in the channel. I would appreciate that so much. So I'm recording on my laptop again with my laptop camera without the Blue Yeti because that one apparently sounds kind of weird and crinkly. So, and I'm not too fond of the way the video looked on my sister's old cell phone. So, anyways, okay, let's start. So I'm not sure if you follow like astrological events and things like that. So I kind of wanted to talk about something. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer and I don't know a lot about things, but I really wanted to talk about how Pluto moved into Aquarius and will be there in the next 20 years. And that happened yesterday or today or the other day. I can't remember. It just happened right now. And so it's been in there for like, I think over 15 years. And so of 16 years, and I think it's 16 years. Astrology people, you can write in the comments if you want. But so this kind of chapter in your life is over, and it's like a transitional time in your life. And now that we're moving into the Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius, there's this like rebirth, and that happens with a lot of cycles. However, because we're in a new era of things that are just kind of like happening for the first time, there's this element of as you're birthing new things, what is needed from people is to be the most authentic version of yourself. And the reason I love this so much is because, as we're seeing, like with social media, excuse me, with social media and like TikTok and Instagram and things like that, we're seeing more and more people. You know, people are like, why is there more autism? It's because people are talking and finding out like what it means, like what autism actually is. So they're realizing, like myself, I'm 46, that they're autistic and, going through these assessments and things. But the reason I want to talk about this is that, as someone who's always been like an activist and stuff like that and wanting to change the world, and I used to try to go within the systems to fight to change the systems, but you cannot change the system from within because those systems have so many mechanisms in place to help it to stay that way, to help protect it, to help to keep it exactly as it is because it's been that way for centuries, longer than that. And so this is why I had pulled away from all that activism and turned to like as a spiritual teacher and healer and things like that and focused on that to help empower people and stuff. And so why is this important and what does this have to do with autism? Well, neurodivergent people or divergent people are people who are, I saw a great video on Instagram. I wish I can remember the person who wrote about it, but she said, like, we're divergent. We're not the people that follow the path. And so, for those of us who know who we are, we do not need to follow the norm. We don't need to, we're like, for those of us who are like, neurodivergent, we can be more authentically ourselves, especially those of us who are unmasking now. We can show up exactly as who we are, and we have no problems doing that in the same way that neurotypical people might. They just like operate at a different kind of level, and whereas we are already, if you know what I'm talking about, we're already like not on there. I have a lot of videos talking about this. So we're revolutionaries. We think outside the box. We think about creating new ways of we kind of like have a way of seeing things in a more expansive way, in a different way, in ways that we can find solutions and things that can benefit like others, everyone, or whatever. Whereas like most people just kind of follow a path of what's expected, what's done, what needs to be like followed through kind of thing. Whereas like we're like, why are you doing that? Why are you wasting time? Anyways, so I am suggesting or proposing or whatever the expression is that because Pluto has moved into Aquarius, I feel like this might be a really um, wonderful time for many of us who are divergent, neurodivergent, whatever you want to call yourself or however you see yourself, because this is an opportunity for us to be in that spotlight. and to really shine through and to take that energy forward and to create a real possibility of change, to create new systems, not by working within the systems, but by creating our own systems, by um, organizing, connecting, and creating our own communities. And by doing all those things, we have this real opportunity to create something that is different and that can actually be beneficial, to move things in a different direction, in a good way, in a very good way, in a good way that can help people be supported better, in a way that people aren't hoarding wealth and power and things like that. And I know that it's not going to be an easy route, but when has it ever been an easy route for us in our lives? Honestly, because it hasn't ever at any time have been an easy route for me. I apologize. I'm wearing this. It's so warm in my apartment. But I just want to say that I feel hopeful for the first time in a very long time. And even though it feels like there's so much things that are going around that are not things to feel hopeful about, I feel like there's a moment for us to pause and recalibrate and be like, maybe we have an opportunity here to be the ones who are leading the way towards something different. The way that we have this connectivity now that we are well aware of who we are and recognizing it's like our power. The only reason we're disempowered by these things is because our society does accommodate us. Um, you know, it has these like limitations and things that don't allow us to thrive because of, like maybe long working hours or these unrealistic parameters around things sometimes that just not everyone can work with it. And so I feel like we have a real opportunity to create something different when we look at maybe our needs and things like that. We can be more mindful and compassionate and aware of things that can really help people in a broader sense and not just one way and say everyone needs to do it this way. This is the way. If you don't do it this way, you are wrong. Keep up with us. Keep up with the Jones. This is what you want. You want 2.5 kids. You want your family. You have to do it this way. You cannot be too much. You cannot be too little. You have to be perfect. You have to like fall in line. You have to be this, and check off all these things. And we're just like, no, we don't. We don't have to do any of those things. We can do whatever the heck we want to do. And we can do it more lovingly and compassionately. We can connect with one another. We don't have to be dick bags to one another, excuse me. But we can be just like a different version of ourselves. And I'm very lucky because I have a lot of my close friends. I'd say most of my close friends are neurodivergent, and just the brilliance and the way they all of them, what they bring to the table, it's amazing. I love the the parts. Everyone brings a different thing to the table, and each thing is brilliant in its own way, and it adds things, um, a different flavor, a different seasoning to things, and that's what we need. We need these different flavors and seasonings to add to the mix to create something different and beautiful. And we have this opportunity now, and my advice to you is to keep connecting with other people who are divergent and who have platforms and can talk about these things, create, organize, uh, communicate, and all those types of things so that we can create these groups. At first, we're going to create groups, we're going to create community and all these things, and then hopefully that'll lead towards the idea table of people. Once we like start grassroots things of like people creating and stuff like that, we can build from that. And this opportunity of us being able to already show up authentically as ourselves, because we don't really have like, apart from trying to mask to fit into society when we're ourselves, like alone or with safe people, we have no problems being our like wild and free like authentic selves. And it's truly like the most beautiful thing ever, like when we can have this unadulterated like joy and weirdness and magical mystical parts of us that are just like amazing, like brilliant. And so I want that for all of us. I want every one of us to connect with other people. I want you to start your own platform. I want you to share what you need to in your own way, whether that is singing, writing, speaking, dancing, whatever that is. If you feel called to do that, then do that. I want you to connect with other people. And so this is just the message that we are kind of like in this energetic shift that is really going to be kind of in our favor, to say it. Like in a way, I think this is very much in our favor, and this is going to support us and who we are in a really great way. And so that is my message today. That's all. This is like I didn't have a topic to talk about, and I was excited about this transition that we're in right now with the Pluto moving into Aquarius. So I wanted to share my perspective on that and what the energy that I'm feeling from that. So I really hope this resonated with you. Please like and subscribe if it did. Also, I wanted to show you that I started getting color, my the color put in my tattoo. I did one session of it, and then I'll show you when it's all done. But anyways, have a beautiful night. I hope you're taking care of yourself and that everything is, you're doing the best that you can, and that's all you can do. Thank you so much for being here. I love all your comments. I haven't responded to some of them yet because I've been so busy lately, but I do appreciate all your comments. I love like that everyone just shares their stories and stuff like that. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. And there's so many times because I get notifications where I'm out with my boyfriend and I'll show him and I'll be like, I'll even cry over some of your comments. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like look what this person said. And it just like warms my heart so much. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate your comments and your stories and things like that. So thank you so much for being here and for being part of this journey with me, and for you know, wanting to join me on this route. So thank you. That's all. Have a beautiful night, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.